Hello and welcome to this tutorial of mobile application development for CIA 3303 students. What we will be doing is we'll be creating a single page, which means single activity application. What we want to do is to do a sample ticket booking application, and it is a very high level application. We are not going to take lots of details from the user. What we would like to take from the user of this application is the number of people flying, how many are adults, how many are the children, how many are the what do you call this, infants. Okay, and we're also going to translate this application into two languages. This language will be supporting English and Arabic basically. So we're going to learn how to do internationalization, or what you also call sometimes as localization. Then we're going to deploy this on a faster, relatively faster Intel x86 based emulator. And yeah, that's also, we'll be deploying this application on the emulator. Okay, so let's get started. Also, one more point to remember is that the purpose of this assessment will be your basically your learning objectives 2, 3, and 4. Let me show that to you. Okay, so the learning objectives look like this. You should be covering CLO 2, 3, and 4, which is to develop application on a mobile for Android basically, which is the platform we are talking, using the Java programming language. And then we'll be basically using to build that application, we'll be using some standard user interface controls like buttons and text and labels, and then we'll be deploying it on an emulator. Okay, so let's move forward. So you create a new project by going to File, New, Android Application, Emirates Ticket Booking, something like this. But the package, leave the project name same. If you want to change the application name later on, you can go to the app name under strings.xml, and you can change it from there. The package name should be not example anymore. Let's make it exam. And minimum required SDK. You can have any name, by the way, over here, but as long as it's a qualified package name. com.hct.emiratesbooking, something like this. So all of them have to be small letters. So Android Froyo is less than 12% of the market in the real world right now. So it's better to target the minimum required SDK somewhere around 4.1. The target SDK should be 4.4, which is API level 19. 4.4, which is API level 19. Make sure it's not where, because we're not targeting wearable devices, so it should be API level 19. And compile with also should be API level 19. You can select any of these. Standard given themes, let's select Holo Light and click next. Leave all these to default. Click next. This is the image, the icon which your application will be having. You can customize it. Have some text over here, have some clip art over here. If you want to have one, you can go and choose any image and do that. So let's say Emirates booking. So this is going to be your application icon, and you can select any good colors from here. Let's select this color, okay, for the background, and select this color for the text, and then select square or circle, however you'd like it to be. And then this is just an example. So blank activity, leave it default. Leave it default. Main activity is our activity name, and activity underscore main.xml will be our layout or interface name. So this gives us a hello world by default. You just delete this. Once this is created, make sure there's no errors in your application. If there is one, right click, go to properties, make sure you're selected 4.4.2 level in the Android, and the build path also there is no error. Okay, the build path should also have Android 4.4.2 libraries. And yeah, that's all. So make sure the 4.4W is not there, because we are not targeting again the wearable devices. Let's go back to our activity underscore main.xml. This is where I create my interface. So let's select 19. Make sure you've selected this one. So now we have some interface controls on the left side. This is also one of your learning objectives. So form widgets, it has basically labels and large and text and large and medium small buttons, and then text also, large and medium small text, and and buttons also, sorry, I meant. Some more checkboxes, radio buttons, etc. There are some text fields which some of them we'll be using. All of them, they have different purpose, like this is for dates, this is for time specifically, this is for integer. This one is for integer, which also supports negative numbers, which means sign numbers. This is for decimal numbers, etc. So we'll be using some of them in our applications, which we'll be developing very shortly. So let's go to form widgets and drag and drop your text view over here, which I will be placing somewhere over here, and then writing over here adult, child, and infant one by one. So let's select over here. I need to know how many adults are traveling for this ticket booking system, how many children are traveling. Did I write complete children? That's okay. Alright, this child. Okay. And infant. Okay, so I've got labels over here in place. What I would like to do now is I can actually drag and drop them. One second. If I do it one by one, it is better, because otherwise the layout will be disturbed. So what you should be doing, what is advisable is go to your interfaces XML, and then you can specify the properties, margin from the left and margin from the top. So that is much more convenient and exact. So what you should do is basically just verify the margin from the left and from the top are actually equal. So the way I can do it over here is, let's go to the text view and see. First of all, let's set their IDs. Okay, so the ID of the adult should be also something like this, adult label, because this is just a label for me, it's not a text box, so I'm not writing txt over there. The ID for child should also be child label, and the ID of infant should also be infant label. Now these are the IDs which I will not be referring to in my code, because I need to be reading the values of the text boxes which I have not yet created, but I need to give IDs to all the interface components. So let's go and set their margins from the left and margin from the top. Okay, so what I need to do is basically I need to make sure in the graphical layout all of these are actually aligned to the left. The easy way to do this is to have the first one, which is your adult, aligned from the top and from the left, and the rest of them can be aligned from the top only, because they will match the left alignment of their of the interface control, which is on the top of it. So let's make sure what we will do now is we will give adult 25 from the left side, or 30 from the left side, and top from the 25 from the top, and then only top to child and infant. So they will automatically align themselves to the left of what there is for the adult. Let me show this to you. So this is left is 30 and top is 25 for adult only. Okay, and for child and infant it's only top is specified, which is 25 and 25 decimal pixels, and then the left alignment, left margin is actually not required. It will automatically adjust itself, both of them, to what is the left margin on the top. So let's also go ahead and create the text boxes now. Go to text fields, and since I need to allow only numbers, so I'll pick up this one, which is a number, and I'll place it over here in front of the adult, child, and infant. Okay, now when I do that, I should be just saving this, and I should verify the interface is actually not overlapping over each other. Yes, so, and then I will have a button over here, and it should be like the text should be, let's give the ID is process order, and the text should be something like uh, process order. Okay, so this is done. Now my interface is pretty much looking uh, complete. That's all I need to do in this application. Let's deploy this on the Android emulator, and then we'll see how does it look. So right click it, run as, make sure you've done the run configuration to your Android target. How you can do this is once right click, go to your run configuration, you will see target. Some reason it is not coming over here, so make sure your Android virtual device manager has a target which has your Android turned on. Most of you have your Intel Atom based faster emulator right now. So if it's the only one, then you will not see the target. So right click, run on Android application, which should now deploy this application for which we have not done programming yet. It's only an interface. It should not deploy it on the emulator. Okay, it seems Android has started. Now it will work towards deploying the application onto my emulator. So what it does is over here, it packs the whole application into the APK file, installing ticketbooking.apk, and it's success. Okay, so now let's go to our application, and since I changed my locale to Arabic, it is showing all Arabic over here. So let's try writing over here something. So this is 45, this is 2, some number I can write over here. Typically, there should not be so many people traveling together, obviously. So, but we just want to ensure we can actually enter over here numbers. How about A, B, C, D, E, F, semicolon, etc. You're not allowed to enter anything else. So this is the specific control we are using. It does not allow us to use anything else. Okay. So I press escape, I come out, I make sure I change my locale to custom locale. Okay, I don't do it now. I leave it to Arabic, and now I'll show you how to change the locale to Arabic or to have more compatibilities with other languages in your application. What you should do is basically um, you should have a values folder corresponding to the languages. Um, this code CA is for Catalania, something like this. For Arabic, this is AR. For Egyptian Arabic, I suppose is AR underscore EG. And there for Bulgarian or Bulgarian, it's for BG. And it says many different language codes. For French, it's FR, and but this is the generic French, like generic Arabic FR or generic English EN, and these are the specific French areas for specific French dialects. So you can also do that. This is for Polandia, I mean, which is I suppose it means Polish. This is Russian. So what you need to do is to make sure what language code you want your application to be compatible with, and then just create a new folder under res. Right click res, new folder, and then basically you just write over here values hyphen AR or any other language code which you want to do, what you want to make, and then you just copy strings.xml and paste it over here. Copy and paste under this folder. Yes, okay. And then you come over here, you can actually see there are some strings which you want to change to different values. You can do this from XML, you can do this from here interface also. The value you can change from here. So now what I have done actually is up till now throughout my interface I have not added any string to the string resource file. What I should be doing is added child interface, and this process order should all be coming from the interface file. So let's go to my original value strings.xml file. For this is I'm doing for localization or internationalization. Go double click this, it will open the interface, click add, make sure string is selected, okay, and add over here adult. Adult value is adult because this is English. We'll add one more and click OK. It's a string we're adding, so the value is also over here. Child, the value is child, name and value again. Okay, string, okay. Infant, add again another string called order, and the value is process order, and you save. Okay, now you copy the strings.xml file and make sure you paste in values-ar and replace. Yes, what I need to do now is to change the values over here to the actual Arabic value. So let me do that now. Okay, it does work here. So Control C, and for child also I do this stifle. For infant I have this radir, and then for process order I have got this ajal al-amaliya. So I've got this done and save my resource file. So it says there's an XML file error. Let's go and see what is the error. Process order, etc. string.xml. Right, so this is something wrong. I did not do this. I don't know where this came from. So just get rid of this. Save, and it should go away. So now I've got my application which is compatible with Arabic and English also. Let's run this again. Right click my application, run as Android application. It should repackage and deploy again, and I should be looking at an internationalized version of my application. So let's see what is happening over here. Okay, success. Let's open this. Arabic. Let's see what is my locale. My locale is here. Okay. Custom locale. Should go to English first. It's giving me a hard time selecting the language actually. Okay, so I need to select this range. Okay, I'm able to select it now. Select EN. I should come out of this, and then this is Emirates ticket booking. Use my application, adult, child, and infant. This is how I would want to see it in English. I go back to custom locale, change it to Arabic. This mouse is giving me a hard time. Select AR. Okay, escape from here. Go back, and I still see English. Oh, what did I forget? Alright, okay, yeah, it's activity main.xml. I need to, when I give these text, I should not give them text at all. This is what I forget. So I should give them these from here. I should give them a string/adult. So that's what I want to do to all of these. Go to child again. Click over it and select the string resource value. This is the string resource value, and then the infant again, and select the correct infant resource value, and go to process order, select the correct resource value, which is order. Okay, that's all. Just save it and then deploy on your application again. This should solve your issue. So let's test this. So the console says the activity is starting, and I should get this over there. Yeah, so I've got the whole interface in Arabic. So I've got the whole interface in Arabic. That's pretty good. Now the next thing I want to do is to start programming. Okay, so I click on my on my XML, on my wish XML, my activity main XML file, and I see the interface is complete. So the name of this button is what? The name of this button is this process. Okay, so I need to get this from the resource file in my main activity, and I should now handle over here, give over here um, the reference to this the reference to this button, and start giving it listener. So let's get rid of these two buttons, because these two buttons are only applicable when you have multiple activities and some options menu, which we don't have in this case. And just below the super.onCreate and set content view, I would start getting the reference to my button. How do I do this? Button, all class name starts with capital. So button process button is equal to, I'll get the interface reference button, and find control space. You will be able to complete it. Find view by ID, and the ID is r.id. Remember, what was it? Process. So I got the reference to the process now, and if you see this error, just hover your mouse over it and ask to import button android.widget. So process button dot set onclick listener. Space will give you some options. Onclick listener, press enter, new space, control space or control H depending upon your environment. You will see view.onclick listener. Double click it, and it should create a structure or a skeleton of your listener. So over here semicolon, I don't know why is it not there. It should be by their default anyway. So onclick listener gives you some problems. There is some problem that it cannot import the view class. It does not identify the view class, and then suggests you itself that you can import. So you select this option, import onclick listener, and you should now see no issues. So now what you would like to do is to calculate and display the total. So let's say, for example, for the sake of this program, what we are doing is added price is equal to 500 dirhams, and child price or child ticket cost is 250 dirhams, and infant price is equal to, let's say, 50 dirhams. Okay, so we just need to do multiplication of these values with the actual values which I got, and that's all. Okay, so those actual values are coming from where? From these text boxes, and I'll display the total over there. Okay, so by the way, I have to display a total somewhere. So what I'll do is I'll create this. I'll drag and drop this over here, and I'll have it named. I'll have it named total price. So this is total price is my label or text view, and I'll give it a text view over here. First of all, I need to go to my strings.xml file, and I need to actually create a new resource over here, and the resource name should be total price. Okay, and the strings.xml file should also be copied and pasted on the Arabic, and it should be also something like this. You know, I'm not very good at translation, so I'll make a guess. I don't know. So okay, so I've got this strings.xml file for Arabic and English, has both total price, and now I'll select the text from the string resource total over here, so it gets translated into Arabic and English. So this is now what I have with me. Let's go to the activity, and first of all, what we need to do is get references. Get references. This is the comment I'm writing for all text controls needed in button, I also need text boxes. So these are my text boxes for the user to enter. And what are their actual types? They're actually edit texts over here. So you can see this edit text. This is what I need to get reference for. Adult quantity. Q is for quantity. How many adults are traveling? Edit text. This is typecasting. I'm typecasting them back to from object, from view to edit text. Okay, so did I give label? Do I give names to the text boxes? That's what I would like to make sure. I do not think I've given them sufficient names. So let's go to ID, give it name adult, txt, go to child, give it name child, txt. Before we have given for labels, now we are going for the text boxes. So this is for infant txt. Okay, make sure you save it, go back to main activity and control space adult txt. So now I'll get the reference for adult. So I hover my mouse over this one and import the widget, copy and paste this 3 times, actually 2 times for child quantities and infant quantities, meaning how many of them are traveling. So this is also child txt and this is what? Infant txt. So I've got references for these 3 also, and I need to have reference for the text view, which is the label. So this is the label I need to get the reference for. Go to the XML, you'll see it's a text view, so I need to get reference for this one also. So text view total is equal to text view. I'll typecast it again to total view because it doesn't know what type exactly it is. This one doesn't know, this method doesn't know what type it is just returning to you the reference. So I have find view by ID and r.id dot control space gives you proposals. Okay, dot control space. If you don't have it, have the suggestions, the control space should be pressed, so that this should be total price. Okay, so text view, hover over it and make sure you import from the android.widgets the text view. So I've got now all the references. So let's now also get the quantities. So the quantities over here, whenever the user clicks over here. So I will not do this inside here. I will not do the get the quantities on starting, because only when the user has pressed the button, that's when the quantities would have been populated already before. So now is when I will get the quantities. Int adult quantity is equal to adult q dot get text dot to string. Okay, so now what I need to do is to convert this to a number. So what I will do, this is integer dot parse int, and this should convert this to a number. Okay, so let's declare all of these final, because it says I cannot refer to a final, so declare them final, meaning we will not be changing it. So adult q get text dot to string. What to do now is to get the value and then do some multiplication. So how will I get the value? So the value is integer adult quantity is equal to adult q dot get, this is the text box, dot get text, this one, dot to string. Now I need to convert this to integer. So for example, if the user has written 2, I need to convert this to a number 2, because it is coming as a text 2. uh, and then make sure whenever you're reading you do trim, because it will delete leading and trailing spaces, and then you convert it. So how do you convert this to a number, to an integer? Is this integer dot parse int, and in the brackets give it this uh, integer dot parse int. Inside this there should be a string, and this is giving us this string. Okay, so I've got the number of the adult. I need to also have the number of the child. Int child quantity is equal to, basically I can copy and paste this to speed up my work, and then I'll just change it to child and infant. Infant quantity is equal to, copy and paste, and this should be child q, and this should be infant q. So I've got the numbers. What I need to do is to simply do the multiplication according to this rule. How many adults? 500. How many adults? Children? How many adult price is 500? Children price is 250. Infant price is 50. So what I'll do is I'll have this adult price is equal to adult quantity multiplied by 500, and child price is equal to child quantity multiplied by, how much was it? 250 and then 50. Okay, 250, and infant price is equal to infant quantity into 50, and then in the end I would say string total message is equal to total price is int total price is equal to adult price plus child price plus infant price, and the total price is in the end total price. Okay, this is how you calculate the total price. And lastly, I need to total text view dot set. I need to send it to the text view is total message. Okay, that's all. That should conclude my application. Total price is total price. So now let's for a moment, what we would do actually, because there's a localized application, this should not be in English anymore. So this should also be in the resource file. So let's do this. Total price is, copy and paste this into the resource file. Both resource files for English. So add string, and I'll write over here total price value should be, what happened? Sorry, so let's go to the strings.xml. Okay, so let's copy this and paste this over here, and this should be total price without space, and total price is, this is what we want to display. Okay, and then we will copy this and paste this because this is not needed. I will copy this and paste this to the Arabic file now. So let's move forward and paste it over here, and then translate this. I'll use my Google translator. Total price is should be like this. Okay, this one. So now when I go to my main file, I should write this r.string dot total price, this one, total price, and then plus total price. Actually this is what I need to do, and this should be giving me the total price. Cannot convert from int to string. Okay, now one second. What I need to do is, also this is going to be okay, so I should be finished. Alright, so get strings should be converting this to the string. We'll get the actual string which I just set up in my resource file. Get string r.string total price plus total price, and that should finish my application. So let's just right click this, make sure first of all there are no errors. Yes, there are no errors. and then run as Android application. And let's look at my console. There's success in installing right now, and let's see if it has started. So let's say I have got one Bala, one Tifl, and one Radia. Ijmal al-Kamiliya should be 500 plus 250, which is 750 plus 50, which is 800. So you can text this by the values also, and this is working. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed. We'll be creating some more tutorials, and I hope you'll be learning more from them. Thank you.